No, you are going to be here, being sexy.
Oh, okay. No.
This is an omen.
It's a Grim from Harry Potter. I always thought it'd be cool to have a dark dog like that. Because I had a dark cat.
You can get a Malamute.
A Malamute?
One of those big ass motherfuckers.
Are those dark too?
They can be, I think.
Oh. Do you want to try it?
Okay, I got mine.
You're right though, I should have got it iced, so I forgot how warm your room is.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I was like, oh.
Are you sure it's pretty good?
Don't be.
To try.
I got mine.
To try.
I got mine.
To try.
I got mine. I got mine.
Just pour it. Okay.
Pours it on my fat fucking cock.
Did I tell you, Diego, I was joking and I was like, I'm gonna pour my tea on you, hee hee hoo hoo. And then I did, and he was like, oh, Andrea, why?
How dare you?
And I was like, I'm so sorry. But I couldn't stop laughing. So I didn't actually mean it.
Where is my
Super soup?
wheat?
Oh. I don't know if I like that. We're gonna take him out. Let's pay him a visit.
Oh, somebody already retweeted it. What the fuck?
Who were the last people he texted? The last two contacts he texted were,
God.
no, wait, sorry, I was very sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The last two people he texted were Pussy Monster and Pringles Can Dick. Let's pay him a visit.
It's like the from AHS.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Jungle Gym 2069?
That was from AHS?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was like the first season, I think, the Murder House one.
I only watched like maybe the first episode before we were like, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, don't look at me. My hair's way too long.
No,
Look
it's
at this.
not.
Look
it's
at it.
Fine.
Oh my god.
It's
I
fine.
look awful.
No, you don't.
I look so bad.
No, you don't.
Look. Why is it like that?
It's just growing out is all.
I
You
look
look
awful.
fine. I think you're very pretty.
I think someone took me from the 80s. Look
I
at
think you're very pretty.
it's a mullet.
But that's
It's
okay.
a mullet now.
It's
I
in
joked-
style.
I joked for the last 6 months, but this is serious, guys.
No.
I didn't know it looked this bad because I never looked at it.
It doesn't look bad.
Look at it, babe. Look at it. Here is short, and then here is long.
That's just how hair grows.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm having like a meltdown.
No. You're fine. You look great.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I look like I don't even know.
You look like effervescent beauty.
I look like a knockoff Keanu Reeves.
No, you
got me
don't.
from the 99-cent store.
No. You stop that. I will
Look
not
at
stand
it.
for this. I'm looking at it there, and I'm looking at it
looks
here.
so bad.
No, it doesn't. It looks fine.
I can't believe I never noticed.
That's because there's nothing to notice. It looks
How
fine.
did I let it get this bad?
It's not bad.
It's incredibly bad.
It's not.
Are you looking at the same thing?
Yes, and you're being too hard on yourself.
Oh my god, I'm putting it back in a ponytail. This is awful.
It's not awful.
It is.
It's literally not.
It's literally. This is literally a mullet. Oh, now I'm embarrassed. It's gonna be on Instagram. Oh no.
You're being too hard on yourself.
It looks bad.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It
Look
doesn't.
at it. I have a
I
mullet.
look at it all the time because I'm always looking at you.
I haven't put my hair down in like the last 2 weeks.
It's not bad. I don't know who told
This
you
is
that.
so bad.
I don't know who told you that, but I'll find him.
It's literally a mullet.
It's not.
It is. Oh, but it's at that point where if I put a ponytail, it doesn't look nice anymore. Oh my god.
Your hair looks
Oh,
fine.
no. I can't. I'm gonna have to do this whole stream like this.
No.
I'm just not.
If you don't like it down, then just put it up.
I have to close my eyes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
See? It looks fine like this. It looks fine like this.
It doesn't look good anymore, no matter what I do.
It does.
It does. You're just saying that.
I'm not. I'm not just saying that.
Here. I'll Heath Ledger it for a bit. Let's see how that looks.
Fine.
I'm just gonna quietly cry in the corner.
Let me just scoot you up too.
And you're like that? Looks clean. Whoa, you don't have to scoot me up. You don't want to see my hair.
It's just easier to be up front as opposed to back there.
Okay. Oh boy.
Your hair looks
Lord.
fine.
Oh God.
Your hair is fine. Repeat after me. My hair looks okay.
Ugly. You said it.
No.
You said.
I did not.
You said your hair looks ugly.
No.
I heard it for the record.
Nope. Your hair looks fine. There's nothing
Bad.
to worry about.
So bad.
No.
I put on blush. Well, very lightly, but it looks very cute. So cute. My face, not my hair.
Nope. You. Everything.
No, not
You
me.
said you're cute.
Sorry.
That's everything.
There's nothing. What? Sorry.
No, just because like this part was like folded in.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Like,
I was like, sir, are you trying to?
that's for a different website.
You're right. If we ever make it, maybe we should. No, actually, that's
Right here.
We should. We should ask.
We'll get all that clout. They'll be like, "Whoa, did you guys hear about that couple that just did that on stream?"
I'm gonna
Can't believe
follow
that.
them. No.
And
I would
they'll
be
be like, "Whoa."
mortified.
I wonder if they're on that other website.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
And then we
Wait.
would be, and then they'd be like,
We'd
"Whoa, followed, clout."
I really am considering it. But not because I think it looked good doing it. It might be a fun experiment, in the wise words of Cole Sprouse on
I'm
Tumblr.
just meat.
But the meat is the most important part.
No.
Yeah, it is.
People are there to see women's being
But what's the point if there's no one else there?
women.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, now I can't drink out of this. Okay. Maybe if I... Okay. Well, this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gotta be from now on. Ugly hair.
Your hair is
Shaggy,
fine.
musty, greasy mullet
Nope.
hair. Oh, Ariana, we're really in it now.
Do you think?
Mhm.
You know how people do like henna freckles and stuff?
Yeah, I've heard
Is
of
that? Do you think that qualifies as like cultural appropriation?
I want. Let me see. I want to say no, because freckles don't belong to a culture.
What about
I
the
think-
use of henna to do that?
It definitely is a form of body modification, but
Henna is
kind of
used
like
for like
low-grade-
tattoos and stuff,
yeah.
basically
Right.
temporary. But it's like supposed to be for like occasions and stuff. So
right.
just because I saw someone on TikTok last night and they like did henna freckles on themselves and they like did it like all over and they're like, wow, it like looks so good, and I was like, this makes me feel kind of weird. And then I like went to their comments and they turned comments off. So I was like,
maybe it is,
maybe.
but when I'm trying to think, like, who typically has freckles? I feel like not one, single
white folk.
group of, I guess.
White folk you can see the easiest because they're the most
Yeah.
affected by the sun.
I guess that's true, because Maya has freckles. She's white. I'm kidding.
Disgusting.
She's like, fuck
Excommunicated.
you. She's in the chat. Fuck you.
Stop it, guys, please.
I don't know. Cause I feel like yeah, it's typical of lighter skin tones, I guess. But I can't think of like one single group of people where they all have freckles. It's kind of like a genetic thing, I guess, right? I want to say maybe.
I don't think it.
4 hands?
It might not be genetic. I think it's more just like affected by the
Because your
sun.
skin, and then how affected, how prone you are to skin, or how photosensitive you are. I think is genetic, right? If I using that term correctly.
You're asking the wrong person. I don't know shit about it.
Gotcha.
What are they streaming in here? Roblox? Fuck off. I'm gonna buy stock in Roblox.
Did you take a picture of us again? I sneezed.
It hasn't yet.
Oh.
This thing takes way too long. We've been live for what, like 11 minutes, and it still hasn't pinged. It's fucking garbage.
Weird.
Useless. It's doo-doo shit.
Okay, talking mean about it isn't gonna make it okay. It's okay, you can talk mean about it.
No.
It's so short up here.
That's just how hair grows.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not. That's just facts. That's just true.
You're just saying that.
I'm not.
You just say you like my hair because we're dating.
No. I like your hair because I like your hair. I think it's fun.
Because it's ugly.
No.
Well, it's gonna be almost messy. No.
See? My hair grows faster on top than it does on the sides. See? Over
But
here.
that's just hair.
Over here. That's what I'm saying!
This is not hair.
What is it then? This is dead little, I grow little fingernails. Okay, we're cutting that right there. Don't know where that was going, but
I'm a
didn't like it.
These are little snakes.
Oh.
Haven't you paid attention?
That explains why I'm rock hard.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that took me a second. I thought it was like, are you horny for snakes?
A little bit. Just kidding.
Oh.
These pants have been stained for a while.
I think I know what stained them.
It's not cum.
I think I know what stained them. I think I know what bleached them at least.
Hey, Mike. I hope you're feeling better from your surprise hospital stay that you didn't tell me about.
I also recently learned, so I hope you are okay. Wait a minute. I can make my hair. I could do the Fire Lord hair bun thing. If I had a little thing. I'm being very descriptive right now.
Yeah, you are. You mean a top knot?
I guess it's what it is, huh? But it's kind of towards the back. So it's like, here. Rip my hair.
Your hair looks
Honestly,
fine.
rip it, please.
No.
I'm hideous.
I will not stand for this self-slander.
and then you're surprised when I don't stand for your self-slander.
That's different.
There you go. Mine's different.
No, it's not.
There you go. Mine's different. It is. You
Yeah,
can't change my mind.
it's different. It's different from me. It's different from me because I can do it and you can't.
You can't do it, but I can. Is what I'm hearing.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think that's right.
I think that's right.
I don't think that's right.
It sounds about right.
I don't think that's right.
Also, Mike says no, thank you.
Mike says, "Shut the fuck up."
You're welcome.
Mike would definitely be a purveyor of the sweater curse. We'll just put that out right now.
Oh no!
Somebody would
That's
be
not
like,
good.
"Hey, I made you a sweater," and he'd be like, "I gotta go." Shoot.
Some bling bling. I don't know.
Iced up.
Incredible. Those are real too.
I got that drip.
These are real. Okay. They're big though.
I don't have enough hair to put it in.
I know. So I was like, can I tuck it behind your ear?
It kind of feels like it's.
Stabbing?
Oh no.
Sorry, there might be hair in it because it kind of rips out a few of my little hair.
No,
My
I thought it
baby
was
hairs.
like bending it out, but it's fine.
Oh wow. Starting new trends every day. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I want to get my ears pierced so I can have like fun little dangly earrings. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I never wear dangled earrings, but I told myself this year I'll just wear them for the hell of it, and I have not.
That's because been nothing to wear it to.
Yeah. But I feel like, I guess because my excuse was that I don't have anything fancy to wear it to. And I was like, I guess I don't need an excuse. Because I'm never going to get that excuse at this rate.
I would get
COVID.
I would get fun little earrings that have like swords on them, maybe a little chain.
There's
perhaps.
like an earring that it's just like this, but you put it in like this, so it sits in your ear like that, which is kind of cool.
The industrial one?
Is that what it's called?
The one that like goes through, right?
I don't think it goes through here. It only goes through here. You only need one hole, if that makes sense. So you just kind of put it in and just kind of...
Interesting.
And there's like a little hook, so it kind of stays in place on the other side of the ear.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of neat. I feel like I would get that stuck on something, but...
I don't think I could do that just because wow.
Oh! It was waiting for us to do something cute.
I know. I don't think I could do that because I always have shit in my ears. Like, if I'm not with somebody, like, I'm always listening to something, so I have my, like, AirPods in, so I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I don't think you could. You can try it, though.
No.
Guess I'll just fuck off, then.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, it's been a pleasure. Oh, should we explain the sweater curse?
Sure. Would you like to?
Oh, you can. If you'd like to. I don't know.
I'm want to.
Okay, so the sweater curse is basically... I found out about this through... it's a common thing, and the concept is pretty widespread, but the idea was introduced by people who knit, are avid hobbyists in the knitting realm. And it basically goes like this. Girlfriend is she likes to knit, and she's has a boyfriend, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna start knitting a sweater for my boyfriend to gift it to him on some special occasion like birthday, Christmas, whatever. So she spends all this time on knitting a whole ass sweater, which takes a long time. And money, because it does take a lot of material as well. And when she presents it to the boyfriend's kind of like, thanks, and doesn't wear it or doesn't appreciate it as nearly as much as he should, because he doesn't understand all the time and money that went into that sweater. So the idea is that once that happens, it usually brings up underlying problems in the relationship that hadn't been discussed before that exchanging of sweaters, and they break up. So that's the whole sweater curse. I don't think I missed anything, but yeah, I think that's the idea.
It basically just boils down to you do something that takes a lot of... Hi, Nick Horrific. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about the sweater curse today. We've just gotten started, so you've come at a good time. I think I just stepped on ice.
Birthday. Oh, he drops.
Hi, Gabe. Happy birthday.
Yeah. I was like, who?
But yeah, so sweater curse basically boils down to, you do this big gesture for your significant other, for your partner, and Portnor. Yeah.
Portnor. Yeah, no, Portnor. Sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, so you do this big thing for your significant other, and then when it's I guess quote unquote revealed to them that you've done this thing, or when you present it to them, then they're just kind of like, oh, they kind of get scared off because they realize that they can't return that same effort to you that you have presented to them. So it's just kind of a weird little thing where it's just I don't want to say commitment issues.
No.
But it's just kind of
well, maybe a little bit. It could
a little
be. It
bit.
Could be.
Yeah, it's just being scared off because you feel like you can't return the same amount of effort that they're going to be putting into the relationship by way of seeing what they've put into the relationship in a physical aspect.
And it's kind of similar to the turkey drop, which I think is... Are you familiar with turkey drop?
No.
Or what's it? Turkey ball drop? Something like that. But it's essentially, it's a similar idea where couples who were high school sweethearts and dating out of high school when they go to college and they, separate ways for college, and then they reunite for the holidays, usually Thanksgiving, I think is the first one, right? They break up. And they call it the turkey drop.
What the fuck?
You really never heard of it?
I've never heard of this, no.
Maybe I only heard of it because Fuji told me about it, because, she was dating Joey since junior year, or the summer before senior year. She started dating Joey, and then one of her teachers was like, watch out for the turkey drop.
Why would you say that?
I was like, what the fuck?
Why would you say
that?
that?
Fucked up thing to say. But it's kind of a similar idea, where, not quite, it's a little bit different, in the sense that, it's not really, it's not as heteronormative, I guess, the idea of a woman in the relationship making something nice for the man.
Yeah, that one's just kind of like
it's kind of just like, we went our separate ways.
Thing.
Usually it's the guy or the man in the relationship that will end it. Yeah, because they don't want to, spend the holidays with their partner's family and, like, prolong it more. So they'll try to end it, like, on Thanksgiving. And I was like, that shit fucked up. Because, can you imagine? You're like, wow, I haven't seen my partner in a while. Glad to be reunited. Oh, sorry.
Just kidding. You're not
kidding.
Gonna be.
Like,
Mike knows about it. I've never heard about this turkey
I could
drop.
have sworn it was well, I guess. I thought you might have heard of it because you were also dating during senior year.
No.
I'm just so cold. No, I'm kidding. But the teacher told Fuji that because that happened to her, and I guess it was very common. So, but I was like, why the fuck would you say that?
That's a pretty fucked up thing to say.
Pretty fucked up
to people.
But anywho, they didn't turkey drop, needless to say.
Clearly.
But yeah, kind of funny how we have like these breakup phenomenons, and we call them interesting things. Sweater curse, turkey drop.
But hi Mobile. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I hope nothing's wrong with it. I think I
don't sound weird.
Yeah, I don't feel weird, so I don't know. Also, Gabe.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't choke. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna knock on wood.
Mike is right there.
Sorry.
Gabe, if you're still there, one of Andrea's closest friends that we were just talking about, Fuji, is dating Della Bovi.
They've been dating since 2014.
Yeah. So, I don't know if Gabe's ever met them, because I don't know if she ever came to, like, the band room at all, but I know Gabe knows Della Bovi.
I feel like she probably did a few times. Maybe. That's such a small world.
Yeah, I know, it really is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I only knew about the sweater curse because you told me about it, too.
Because I was like, please don't break up with me, I made you Wait, did I make? What did I make? What's the first thing?
You made me a lot of things.
I have.
I've made you a lot of things.
Every time I was like, please don't break up with me. Please don't break up.
No.
But it wasn't like a, hold on. Got hair in my mouth.
Well, get it out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's in there. Oh, I think I missed.
Got it. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry about that.
I'll just lick it out of your mouth.
Ew.
Sorry.
But.
No, yeah, I've like.
Oh, like I make you things.
Yeah.
I mean, I never was worried about, us breaking up, but I feel like I haven't made you anything as complicated as a sweater before.
I mean,
I bake stuff.
I feel like most of the things that we like make together, or we make together. So I feel like it's just not really like that much of an issue for us in the first place. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's weird because you go into a relationship kind of with the idea that you're gonna be doing things like together and for each other.
Yeah.
So it's like when it comes down to something like the sweater curse, and they like bring you something that they made themselves. Why is that like why does that change your mind all of a sudden about being in this relationship? Because it's like you knew that there had to be effort from both sides.
Right.
So then
I'm thinking it might be in situations where the other partner was like, oh, are we serious? I thought it was just,
So kind of.
I thought we were like, this was a casual situation.
Just kind of boils back down to.
Maybe it's commitment, or just
yeah, it sounds like it might be.
Yeah, where like one person thinks they're like super solid and like super into that person and it's exclusive and they're gonna be together and long term, versus the other person thinking, oh shit, I fucked up. That's not what I meant. Oh.
But then it's like, why would you, like, if you wanted to be casual, why would you date in the first place then? Like, why not just, like, have it be, like, a hookup kind of thing? That's too much effort.
I've done that. I feel like I've done that before. Just, like, casual dating, but not boyfriend, girlfriend, or girlfriend, whatever, what have you. If that makes sense?
Oh,
like, where, like, we go on a few
I
dates
see.
here and there, and if, you know, like for example, like, oh, Lila and Allison, we're going out. Oh, I'll invite Elliot, so it's like a
Double
so I'm not
date.
like alone, third wheeling.
I see.
Basically, yeah. So it's like I think I feel like definitely lack of communication on that side as well. But I think on the flip side, even if you are dating seriously, it's also the idea that your partner doesn't appreciate the fact that they're like, oh, whatever, sweater, whatever. And it's like, I don't think you understand how much like money and time and effort that took me, and you never wear the sweater, so that really hurts. And the person's like, chill, what the fuck? And then all the underlying problems kind of come up, bubble up to the surface. I'm assuming.
So kind of like a selfish aspect of it,
maybe, or it's kind of the idea that like, oh, thanks for the sweater, whatever, and the person doesn't feel. Maybe the other person is like, I made you a whole ass sweater, and you're not taking it as seriously as I wanted you to, and the other person's like, okay, like maybe it could be from the person who made the sweater, placing that kind of pressure too. I think there could be a lot. I feel like there could be a lot that could come up with that.
Because when I was thinking about it, initially, because I saw a TikTok about it, I think like this morning or last night or something, but I thought that it was like, it just kind of, it's hard to like put into words, but it's like, you make something for this person and then they're like, oh, okay, whatever, and then they like just don't do anything. So it's kind of just like you're putting in more than they want to put in. Because if it's a relationship, it's got to be like equal effort on both sides, right. Or it's got to like balance out and everything. But it's like if I'm putting in the effort to make a sweater and you won't even put in the effort to like buy me a meal kind of thing, then like obviously there's like a disconnect there, and that's all that I thought it was. But now that you're bringing up like all these like different, I feel like you're right that there's more aspects to it.
The one thing that like connects all the different situations though is definitely like the fact that there were already problems and the sweater kind of like, uh-oh, like, we're really in it now.
I think that's a fair assumption with, like, all of those kinds of things, where it's just, like, it's never just, like, that one action that, like, makes you guys break up. There's always, like, those underlying issues and stuff.
They kind of bring it up, and you're like, oh, shit, wait, we had problems before this, and for whatever reason, we just never talked about it. Yeah. So, I feel like there's just a lot at play when it comes into a situation like that.
Yeah, there was.
You're like, oop.
There was that one Reddit post that I told you about, and I can't remember like the details of it, but it was the one where I know.
That's okay. I was like, oh.
It was the one where the husband just like started doing baby talk all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then the wife was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, like I made a bet with my friend that if I could do baby talk to you, like." All the time, at all times, like for a year, that I would get like this special signed baseball or whatever. Yeah. And they got a divorce over that. Yeah. And I'll, like it's not that one little thing that like caused them to divorce. It was like there was already a bunch of other things, and then this weird little cherry on top that just kind of broke the whole bowl.
Yeah. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. Yeah.
Baby talk.
Honestly, I mean, if you did that, I feel like I would just bring it up. I'd be like, hey, it's kind of weird that you do the baby talk. Is there a reason why you're doing it?
Yeah, and like I think that's what she did.
Oh, okay.
I think she was like, hey, like what the fuck is happening? Like what is going on? Why do you?
Yeah.
When did this start? Why are you?
When will you wear wigs? I'm sorry.
Are you a baby? When will you wear wigs?
He just loses it. Yeah. So I feel like. And turkey drop too, I think also. Like when you're separated and you realize, oh shit, now that I have time away from my partner, I realize like maybe I'm not as into them, or maybe they did things that I feel like I can't reconcile with. I have like time separated from them to really think it out, and that's why turkey drop happens. Yeah.
Turkey drop, I think, is also kind of like it's
think you'll be together forever, but then you're not. I'm kidding.
God.
I'm the teacher that told. That was Hagen, by the way.
Oh, fuck off, Hagen.
I know. So many mixed feelings around Hagen.
Yeah, she's an odd one.
A great friend.
Great person, not a great teacher.
Great person, but I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, what are you talking about?
She's watching right now.
I know. She's like, hey.
I don't appreciate.
I'm gonna retroactively give you an A.
Yeah, but I'm like, why the fuck did Hagen look Fuji in the eye and be like, watch out for the turkey drop? Oh,
that's fucked up.
But and I'm like, don't say that to someone who is still in love with their partner.
Yeah, it. I don't know. It's. I know a lot of people will break up with people also before, like, you know, birthdays or Christmas and stuff.
Christmas makes sense.
Yeah, just because you don't want to get them a gift.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's just kind of like a money-saving thing, but obviously you don't get gifts and stuff for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is just like eating. That's
true. It's just like the fear of like seeing your, you know, spending the holidays with your partner's family, while you're like, I'm breaking up with them. Yeah. And
I think it might even also just be, in some cases, like this is probably like rarer than the other like reasons, but I feel like it might even just be like, oh, like I don't want to see them, like, you know, post Thanksgiving feast, because it's just kind of like, oh, they're gonna be like larger than they were before or whatever. They're gonna have like gained a little bit of weight just because, you know, Thanksgiving you
so they want to avoid
fucking
that?
slam. Well, I don't know.
Like,
I feel like it's
see you like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye.
I feel like
That's
it's probably
up.
just. I feel like in some cases, probably very rarely, is just like a very shallow reason like that. But then, the other. I feel like even in that case, there's always like that underlying cause of like, there's other shit going on that you guys haven't talked about, and now that. There's this other weird thing, like you now remember all the other weird shit that's been going on, and you're like, oh, maybe this isn't gonna work out. Right.
I was gonna say for...
Oh my god, what the fuck?
The son was like, you forgot I'm still here. Oh shit, wait, what was I gonna say? It was related to turkey drop, now I can't remember. Yeah. I guess it was just gonna reiterate, like, yeah, you do want to break up before Thanksgiving or before Christmas because you don't want to, you know, see your partner's family and make it like weird because you're like, oh, that entire time you're gonna be thinking about. It's gonna be like, I'm thinking of ending things. Basically, the movie.
It's. I don't know. Yeah. I think there's like a stigma related to like those big holidays too, where it's like, oh, if you spend like these big holidays together, then it's like, oh, there's gonna be at least some longevity to it. But if you like know that it's not gonna be
right. I think it comes with seeing family too, because you know, family could be like, when you guys gonna get married, and it's like, and you're like, oh
never.
Fuck. Yeah, my mom got you a stocking, so you better be with. Kidding. I was gonna say I had an awkward situation where with my ex-girlfriend, I broke up with her like a week before her birthday, and I still had her gift.
So did you just give it to her?
Yeah, because it was also right before Thanksgiving, but it had nothing to do with turkey drop because we were, you know, we weren't going to separate colleges. We were dating because we were both going to UC Davis. Where I felt so bad because she was driving me to the airport because I was flying back home for Thanksgiving, right? And, you know, we had broken up for then, so it was like just very awkward interaction. I was like, hey, I got you this. She was like, thanks. Yeah, and I felt so bad. I feel like it's so awkward to give partners things after you've broken up.
Yeah.
Or like freshly broken up. And I don't think the girls told you, but my roommates, because we were all because she was friends with all my roommates, because we all kind of met around the same time. We moved around together to Davis around the same time, so we all kind of knew each other for the same amount of time or so. The only difference is she didn't live with us, right? So I remember she was just like, I hope you guys like still invite me to hang out and things like that. And Lila and Allison were like, should we invite her or would that be weird? And I was like, I mean, it might be a little bit weird, but we are still like friends, even though it's a little awkward. So feel free to invite her. And they were just like, no.
Never mind.
They're like, never mind. It's okay. Never mind. And then they kicked her out of the Snapchat group chat or something.
Oh wait, I feel like I heard about this.
Yeah. A few people I've dated have been invited into the roommate group chat and kicked out subsequently.
Steven or something, right?
Yeah, Steven. That was Lila's.
Yeah. But
we have a group chat curse. Well, I don't think. No, I wouldn't say
I'm
it's
not
first
in it,
because you're not in the Facebook one, but you're in the Snapchat one.
That's a different one, though.
Though we also had to kick Steven and my ex out of Snapchat, the Snapchat group chats.
But
So
that
you
was
better
just the
watch out.
normal one that you guys had, right?
Which one? The Facebook one?
Snapchat?
Yeah. Or
And then I made a separate one because I was going to invite them to come see your roller derby thing.
mm-hmm.
And then now I'm just in that one, but I'm not in the other one that you guys had previously.
Oh, we didn't have one. Oh, wait, we did have one previously. We kind of all switched over to the one you made, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a chin sitter. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm just pretty quiet guy, I guess.
I remember I felt so bad when you made it.
No, I felt bad.
No, I
No,
don't want you to feel bad. I was just like, this is so stupid for me getting worked up about it, but I feel like we should talk about it or else I'm gonna
No, I know.
let it
but
sit, let it fester in the back of my
But
empty skull.
I should have realized it as well because I'm the same way like about surprises and stuff. Like when I sense that there's like something like going on, that I'm just like it like weighs on me a lot because I get really nervous about it. But it's okay.
I felt so bad.
I just wanted to give you a little surprise, and then it didn't work.
I mean, it didn't work
for multiple reasons.
I just felt bad. I was just like,
it's okay. But
like,
yeah,
I didn't mean like that. I just feel weird.
It's like going back to the stuff about like exes and stuff.
Yeah,
God, that stain is still there.
Do you have a really awful ex story? I don't know if you want to share.
No, I don't really have like an awful ex story or anything, but it's
gift?
just like Jennifer still has like a bunch of my shirts and stuff, and maybe even like some sweaters.
Oh,
because
weird.
like
I'm not kidding.
I broke up with her not like super gracefully.
Oh yeah. I had my fair share. I think we all have our fair shares, right?
Probably.
Breaking up.
But yeah, it was
badly.
like it just wasn't like super graceful, and from that point on, like I haven't seen her since. Like we never like met up or anything.
Gotcha.
And so it was kind of rough, and because we like never saw each other again, I never had that opportunity to like ask for stuff back. But I also don't think I would have, just because I feel like that's
you gave it in good memory, good spirits, good graces. So it's like, do what you will.
Yeah. So it's I feel like it would be odd to be like, hey, please dig up all of the things that remind you of me, so that you can then give them back to me. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, I never understood that either. But it's funny because if you look at the bottom of my sock drawer, I saved some of the pictures Elliot developed of us at a carnival. I think it was not carnival. It was like this California State Fair, a few years ago.
Smells like weed in there.
Yeah, I don't know why that smells like weed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really weird. But anywho, I always worry like, oh, I hope none of my family members go snooping in here. One, I don't have weed, but two, I have those pictures in there, and I don't want them to be like, what the fuck? Because I feel bad getting rid of them. I don't know how to get rid of them gracefully because I feel like they were given to me with good intentions. Yeah. And he wrote like a little note on the back for when I was leaving, and I was like, I don't know. I guess that part of me still feels guilty throwing them away. Not that I have like
fair.
I don't have like any emotions invested in it besides that really. But yeah, I always worry that my mom's gonna dig through there and either A, find my dildo, or B, find my those pictures that I have there and be like, I know you're dating Jeremy, but why do you have pictures with this guy? And I'll be like, it's weird. We went out in summer of 2019, and I just don't know how to get rid of them. I feel like if I get rid of them, what if it invites bad energy? I don't know, bad energy or something like that.
I had a necklace for a long time that,
maybe it's because you have the window.
Yeah, I know. Just being a bastard. But I had a necklace for a very long time that Jennifer had given me.
Yeah.
From like a trip to like Cancun or Cabo or something. But I had it for pretty much like forever until it broke because like I also didn't want to like throw it away.
Yeah.
And that ghost story that I have where I was just like sitting on the toilet and the necklace got like flung across the room into the wall was that necklace.
Weird.
And then even after that, like I kept wearing it, but then it broke like shortly after. So I think probably was haunted.
Shit's haunted.
Yeah, probably.
Shit's haunted.
But yeah, it was like the same reason. It was just like I kept wearing it even after we broke up for like the longest time, just because I didn't want to like throw away something that I had gotten in good grace. So it's a very weird thing.
Tricky stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have shirts still and jewelry and pictures, and I'm like, maybe if I make a little Xbox and then burn it maybe with that. I don't know if that's better or worse.
I mean, I would say just keep them for the rest of their natural lives. You know, if they break or burn or rip or whatever, then just let them rock.
Pictures maybe I should get rid of though. I don't know. I feel like it's weird to hold on to them, but then it's weird to get rid of them. I don't know. They've been buried in that sock drawer since he gave them to me. So. I mean,
I feel like if you're not like looking at them, or if you haven't like pinned them up somewhere, then it's okay to get rid of them.
I guess it's true. Felt so bad how I handled that whole thing. I am very not graceful when it comes to.
No, trust me, I've done a lot of awful things.
I mean, usually I'm not that graceful. I try to be.
I'm not. I do try to be graceful, but it never works out in my favor because I like when it comes to that point of like having to confront them and be like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work out. I like panic and my brain just goes into like shit boy mode, and then everything is fucked from that point on.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a graceful breakup. I'm trying to think of one, but I can't conjure one up. I guess the ex I was telling you about that I got her a birthday present, it was awkward, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
She wasn't like, I'm not driving you to the fucking airport. Walk to LA.
Walk.
I'm like, oh shit, okay, it's gonna take me a month, but I'll get there.
The one that I told you about recently that like messaged me and asked if I wanted to play Minecraft with them.
Oh,
remember?
Right. Yeah.
She was like the only long distance relationship that I've like ever had.
Yeah.
And
long distance.
Yeah, it was rough.
Something else.
But we broke up on like semi good terms. It was actually at school. I was at my locker and I was like, just picking shit up. I think it was like before zero period or something. But she like texted me and she was like, hey, I wanted to let you know, like, hey, I don't think that this is gonna work out just because like, I really like basically crave like physical intimacy. That's like one of my love languages and stuff. And I just don't think that this is gonna work out because we can't give that to each other. And I was like, okay, I understand. And then like that night I saw that like she was already on a date with somebody else, and I was like, okay, great. So I harbored like a little bit of animosity in regards to that, just because I was like, it kind of feels like she had already had that lined up. Yeah. And then when we broke up, she was just like, okay, now we can go full force into this. So it made me feel kind of shitty, but like I eventually just kind of got over it because I was like, whatever. Like, it would have happened sooner or later, and it's better that she like kind of cut it off before actively like actually like cheating on me. Right. But now she's polyamorous too, so
go figure.
Probably didn't even matter at that point.
Yeah.
But
yikes.
Yeah. That I think is probably the most graceful one. All the other ones that I've had have ended not super well. I guess Jennifer's kind of not too bad either, just because we still like talk and stuff on Twitter.
Right.
There was one time she texted me and she was like, hey, my boyfriend's trying to like get into streaming and stuff, can you like recommend like this kind of stuff? And I was like, yeah, for sure. So it's like the first girlfriend that I ever had was not great.
Was bad.
Yeah. It was just a lot of, I was like, hey, not gonna work out. This is not gonna work out. But I like to be.
Of ending things.
Yeah, I did it over text, which was not great on my part. But
I did that with my first boyfriend too.
Yeah, it was like over some break or something. I don't remember what break it was.
That's weird. I did mine over summer break.
I think it might have been summer.
Wow.
Yeah, in like ninth grade.
We broke up with each other.
Oh my god. No. But it was just awful. Like, she freaked out and she was like, oh, like, is it because you think I'm like not physically attractive or whatever? Like, I can be skinnier for you.
Change.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. She was like, I'll she was literally saying that she would like do like eating disorder things, and I was like, wow, like, don't do that. There's
problems here.
she was like, I'll be skinnier for you. Like, I'll do whatever I can. And then when I was like, yeah, like, no, that's not gonna like keep me around, and like you shouldn't think like that. She was like, okay, then like I'll just kill myself.
Oh.
And I was like, fucking yikes. And I was like, absolutely not. That's especially not gonna keep me around.
Yeah.
And then like when I was still at Whole Foods, like before pandemic hit, I think it was like November of like 19 maybe,
right,
somewhere around there, I don't know.
We just started seeing each other, I think. November of 19.
Oh, then maybe before that,
yeah,
because I don't think we were talking yet.
We started talking in October.
Yeah, so it was like early. It was definitely before the pandemic, but I saw her and her sister at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And I was like, Clyde, I gotta go. I gotta jet right now immediately. And he was like, what? Like, why? And I just fucking ran. And then I came back and he was like, what happened? I was like, I saw an accident here. We did not get off on good terms. And I was like, oh, okay, I understand.
I got you.
Yeah, but then...
That sounds awful.
It was bad. And then the girl that I was like briefly talking to before you, who was also named Andrea.
It was me.
It was you, yeah.
Double me. I have a twin named Andrea. No, that'd be fucked up.
No, that would be very.
Why
odd.
would they? Yeah, you would never name twins.
Yeah.
If you name your twins the same name, I will personally come and get you.
If you name your identical twins the same name, go to jail. Like, that's it. But
it's a federal offense now.
It really is. But like, we also didn't get off on very good terms because she was, I think, like 19 or something, and I was like 22, and so at first I was like, okay, like we'll give it a shot, but then she got like attached too quickly, and then I couldn't really like fathom it going like super seriously or anything, just because like during that whole talking phase was when like she got attached. And then I like was able to kind of suss it out, and I was like, "Oh, our interests don't match up enough that this is like super gonna work."
Sorry,
also, this was when no, you're fine. Okay. But this was also when I was like drinking a lot, and so because she was underage, like obviously she couldn't partake with me, and so it was just kind of like this disconnect. So it wasn't like working out super well. And then eventually I was like, "Hey, I don't think this is gonna work out," and then she tried to like talk to me, and I just ghosted her.
Oh,
and then. Okay. I still worked with her because we worked together at Whole Foods, and so it was just like not amazing. And
so you're just with me because I could drink?
No. What? No. But
is that it?
No.
Is that what you picked me?
It was.
Hell yeah! No.
It was not good.
Yeah.
But like I wanted to apologize for my actions, but I couldn't like do it in person because I couldn't like. Think of the words. Every time I like tried, it just like hazed over, and I was like, we'll just die. I think it'll be fine. But then when I quit, I texted her and I was like, hey, I just wanted to say like this is like the easiest way out for me because I like will probably never see you again. So I just want to put forth my feelings and all of the words that I couldn't say. And I was like, I wanted to just like say sorry for because I was like her first like partner, quote unquote. And I was like, I hate to have ruined that first experience for you. I hate to have like just not done right by you. And she like laid me out a fucking ultimatum, and I was like, oops. And then she just told me to never talk to her again. And I was like, okay. And then I just immediately deleted her number.
I can do that. Yeah.
I still talk to her sister though.
Oh.
Her sister's the homie.
Yeah, weird. My first.
Just rough. Yeah. Just rough. I haven't been very good about that. So I'll just. If we ever break up, God forbid, I'll just die, I think.
No.
It'll be over for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, my first two relationships was when I was 13. It's not like a great age to date, I guess.
What grade is that?
Seventh and 8th. Yeah.
Mine was 9th.
Yeah. Those are my first two relationships, and the first one, that's when I broke up with over summer, and he was like, oh, I felt so bad.
That wasn't other Jeremy, right? No,
it was Garrett. I don't know if you remember Garrett from Nobel. I don't remember his last name.
Wow.
What?
Don't even remember his last name.
I never really remember people. Okay, anyways, but I was with Garrett for a while, and I don't. Wait, hold on. Let me think chronologically. Okay, I think he was my first because it was at the end of 7th grade, summer before 8th grade. and I felt so bad because I did it over text too. I was like, hey,
It's
like,
just easier.
It's just not gonna work out, or like, hey, like, we're too young. I was like, I sound so stupid,
It's
but
just, like,
that's basically what I said. And he was like, but it's okay, like, we can make it work. And I was like, we can't, I'm sorry. And that was it. And I remember all throughout summer, our mutual friends would be like, Garrett's like still in love with you.
Fuck
You
off.
have to, like, you should at least like talk to him and do it face to face. And I was like, I don't wanna though. And I remember when school picked back up, my friend was like, did you feel anything like weird throughout like the day or like any vibes? And I was like,
what the fuck, did he curse you?
No. I was like, what the fuck, Megan? No. And she was like, oh, I told Garrett if he thought about you all day, you'd feel it in your heart. I was like, shut the fuck up.
So he was gonna curse you. What the fuck?
He was like good intentions, not. I mean, if
no.
Cursing, what?
I feel like that's like grounds just like the beginning of a curse.
Is that the beginning of a curse?
It feels like it.
Because she was just saying like, oh, if he thought about you, like, you know,
or casting
you think
a spell
about him and you'd want to get like back together or something.
Yeah, that's casting a spell. Maybe not necessarily a curse, because curse feels like bad.
Yeah.
But he was essentially just trying to magic you back to it, and that's fucking weird.
It was really weird, and I was like, goodbye. And then I dated someone else for a little while, but we only dated for like 2 days before it was like, my idea of you was like different, or it worked out better when we were friends. So I told him, I don't. Also, you can ask my mom this. She jokes about it all the time. Where this particular partner texted me, and he was like, "Oh, is your dad a thief?" And I was like, "What the fuck? No,
because he stole my seed." What?
Oh.
What?
No. I was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "Because he must have stole all the stars in the sky and put him in your eyes." And I was like, yeah, gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of this now.
Blocked.
Yeah, and I was like, it had only been 2 days, but you know, talking
Ew.
about yeah,
blocked.
So I was telling my mom, I was like, I feel kind of weird when he says this shit, and she's like, then I don't think it's meant to be. You should probably let him go.
Also, I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
sorry.
fine.
I know.
No, it's okay.
Your turn to talk, so I feel bad.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
No, you're fine. Yeah. Sorry, we're just talking about exes now. Yeah, if anyone has any interesting breakups or stories involving their exes, please feel free. Please feel free to share. Because it's kind of funny talking about that when you're at a different point in life, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. Totally okay. Yeah, but I guess, I don't know, what other weird, let me think, I'm trying to think. Any weird date stories or crush stories, or I've had friends who like thought they were into one person and something weird happened between them and they're like, psych, never mind. So anything like that, I think, always makes for always painfully awkward at the time it happens. But then you can always kind of look back and laugh about it, or at least I can. I'm fortunate enough to do that. Yeah. I'm gonna pin up my hair because it's long. I guess so. I think so too. I think you're the only one here. But thank you for sticking around and listening to these awful stories. I don't know if I'd say horror stories, but they're not great stories, that's for sure. Put the other pin. Let's see. Oh, cool. Awkward bathroom stories, I feel like would be fun. I feel like I've had... wait. I gotta think about it. Yeah, you make a good point. When you put it like that, it doesn't sound fun. I think I've done that a few times. I feel like I've done that maybe once or twice. Awkward bathroom stories. Let me think. What? Awkward bathroom stories? Oh yeah, so the sweater curse, which we were talking about before we kind of delved into all these awkward breakups, is essentially this idea that was kind of came about because of came about in knitting circles, basically. People who knit for fun, as hobbies. Yeah, basically people who are, pretty big on knitting. So essentially it's the idea that someone who's in a relationship will dedicate all this time and money making their partner a sweater, which does indeed take a lot of time and money, because knitting a whole sweater is not easy and not for the faint of heart. So they spend all, they put all this effort into a sweater and gift it to their partner, who may, kind of brush it off, basically, and say, oh, a sweater, thanks. And that exposes a lot of underlying issues in the relationship. It's like not a domino effect, but, kind of, you're lifting up the rug at that point. Yeah, so that's the sweater curse.
Oh, back to that?
That stuff. Yeah, because I want to explain it again for new people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Starbucks makes me poop, so.
Is it the milk? Maybe. Is it the MILF?
You might be right. Oh, I wish.
Yeah, but that's basically a sweater curse. Yeah. There it is. Beautiful.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I just have been feeling like I wanted to get my ears pierced again recently, so.
I want to get my tattoo.
I put this paper clip on and I was like, this will work. But yeah, sweater curse, basically just underappreciated, or giving somebody something is underappreciated, and then that brings about a revelation of other things that have been going on in the relationship.
Wow, I realize I'm always the one putting in all this effort and you're not, or maybe we don't communicate as well as we should, and I don't really, that's something that I can't get past, and unfortunate stuff.
Very unfortunate. But I don't know, 'cause we were talking about it before, and we're talking about how it seems to be very much a sweater curse predominantly, I feel like, is a not a heterosexual concept, but just it's something that's very prevalent in
kind of heteronormative, maybe. Does that make sense? It's heteronormative because it's we think the woman in the relationship is doing these nice gestures or putting in more effort, and the man is kind of cold, and we just kind of normalize it. If that makes sense. Heterosexual
stereotype, maybe. I don't know if that is the same as
it's normalized. Even it shouldn't be, but it's so normalized to have it's what? The guy's not gonna knit his girl's sweater. What the fuck? That's weird. That's unheard of. Of course, she'd knit him a sweater, though, right? Because knitting.
Heteronormative superstition.
Oh, yeah.
That's very good. Yeah,
good.
That's exactly what it is. Because it is a superstition.
Yeah. It's definitely a beware cautionary tale.
Superstition.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's
so. I would say it's heteronormative. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, very much a heteronormative superstition, but of course, it's not only in heterosexual relationships. Almost guaranteed, you could find something of that sort also in queer relationships.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of I don't know. It's.
I was gonna made me think of a story that I forgot to mention earlier. You okay?
I choked. One.
You want to sip?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
What was your story?
Oh, sorry. What were you saying though? I didn't want to interrupt. Because we were talking about it in queer
perspective.
Lens. Yeah, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, huh. Kind of makes me think of not quite U-hauling, but kind of what I did. with that one kind of partner I had. We weren't girlfriends, but I got this to New York.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Where basically the story goes, and also I made a lot of gifts in that relationship as well. Like I went all out for Valentine's Day, and I arranged my own bouquet for this person. I was like, this is it. It's happening. As I was like putting all my little flowers.
You got my little Kirby box.
Yeah. I did this handwritten letter. I made a Gravity Falls drawing because she really liked Gravity Falls. Wow. I was very dedicated. Anyway, that was Valentine's Day. This was after my birthday, and my birthday is on March 3rd, so maybe like a couple weeks after my birthday. But yeah, where it was this, the whole reason we had this like really awful falling out was because there was a lack of communication regarding like going to New York together, and I don't know if it falls under the same thing. It's not really the sweater curse because I wasn't making anything, but I was really I was putting my chips in, saying like, hey, I'm gonna go to New York with you for sure. Like I'm gonna do it, and she was like, whoa, what the fuck, like. I didn't ask you to do that. And I was like, well, I'm very confused because... Yeah, I don't know if that falls under it, but it kind of feels...
A little bit, because it's kind of like the sweater, I guess, would be going to New York with them. But I feel like maybe it's more turkey drop.
Is it turkey drop? Because I wasn't meeting any maybe. I don't know what lens you look at it through. But I guess the way I see it is that, I put down so much money to go on this trip, and I bought the ticket to surprise, her at the time, and then she responded. She didn't respond for 3 days, remember? Very cold. And I was like, well, what the fuck? This is weird. I don't know why. Yeah, and then she was very, like, taken aback by my eagerness, I guess, to go on a trip with her. Granted, it's a long trip. Well, not a long trip. It's on the other side of the country. But very taken aback by... me wanting to spend that time with her, and I guess that quality time, that love language kind of, like traveling together. Yeah, so, and I was very hurt by that, and it all just really spiraled.
That might just be like commitment issues even.
Maybe.
Just because it's like you're afraid to commit to a trip like that, where you're just kind of like, I
wasn't afraid though.
But she was. And that's the problem.
Fucking coward. Okay. Yeah, but that's kind of like a queer lens on a similar sweater curse, maybe-ish. Same idea, sweater curse.
Yeah, I think sweater curse like doesn't have to be strictly hetero.
Right. We were talking about how we just don't see a lot of like queer.
Yeah, but I think it's also just because like on one hand it's not talked about as often, and then on the other hand too, it's the idea of, like we mentioned, because we were talking about this before we started streaming too. And one of the things that we brought up was that, like, queer people, I feel like they tend to stay in relationships for longer because it's harder for them to find another partner. Because very often,
or at least woo.
I think gay men, but I think definitely like the least. The lowest rate of turnover is with, like, woo.
Yeah.
But it's like queer people, I feel like, will have it a little bit more difficult than most because it's like they get in one relationship and then they kind of hold on to that because it's taken them so long to like find another like decent partner that they can be with. Because very often, like, people aren't out, or people are already dating other people, and so it's just kind of difficult to just kind of bounce around people like straight people do, where it's just like you date one and then you break up and then you like immediately there's like a bunch of other people. It's just like proportionate kind of.
Yeah, it's much more common
for
for straights, for the heteros,
for the hets. But yeah, so we were talking about that, and it was just kind of like the sweater curse, I feel like, might be less seen in non-heterosexual relationships because like those large actions and those like big like gestures I feel like are just they're kind of taken with more salt, taken more in stride, because then it's like, okay, like I feel like they're gonna be giving their all at all times because neither of them wants to be in that single area again, where they have to go and like dig through all these different like circles and people and try and find another partner.
Right.
So sweater is more like a symbol. Sweater is more something you put in a lot of resources to make your partner happy. The result doesn't pan out, which leads to the realization. Yeah, it's definitely like a communications issue. Very much, it's kind of the person who's receiving quote unquote the sweater should have realized beforehand how much effort they were willing to put in. Because like obviously relationship has to be 50-50. Well, not 50-50, but it's just got to be balanced from both sides, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not balanced, or if you're not willing to put in effort to balance it, then it's not gonna work. And the sweater, the symbolization of the sweater is kind of what brings that to light. But the sweater curse shouldn't even be a thing, because you shouldn't be going into a relationship if you're not confident that you can put forth that effort of balance.
Yeah.
Do you want a candy?
A what?
Candy? A C's candy? One of those little ones?
That's okay. Thank you. Please, I hope you're enjoying them. Sorry, I was like
I just
buffering.
had my first one yesterday.
Oh, it was good. Or, I mean, I guess it just tastes like lollipops.
I
Right?
had a cafe latte.
They're pretty good. But thank you. Yeah, I think the not only should you be ready to give, but also kind of, receive, I guess. Like, you have to understand that, like, you shouldn't be weirded out when your partner does that, basically. You shouldn't be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you make me a sweater now?
Yeah.
You should be at a point or a level of communication where you're like, oh yeah, we're at that point. Thank you for the sweater. I appreciate it.
I feel like that element of like surprise, where you're like not telling them that you're making a sweater too. I feel like kind of
like that.
It has a factor in it too, because it's like you surprise them with the sweater and then they don't like, they're not in like the mental capacity to either receive it or be like, oh, like you like shouldn't have done that because I feel a little uncomfortable with how how much like effort you already put in and stuff. So I feel like the element of surprise just kind of like pushes it really fast, and then they're not in the right state of mind to like respond appropriately, and then it kind of like is what throws it wrench in it. But if you approach them and say like, hey, like, can I make a sweater for you, or oh, hey, like, I'm making a sweater for you, then it's like a little bit easier to like deal with it, because then it's like, oh, you haven't done it yet, so we can talk about it, or cool, like, let me know if I can
We're at that
help,
point.
I guess.
Understand that we're at that point in the relationship. Right, I can see that, because I was thinking it can go both ways, It could be the receiver being, unappreciative, or not fully understanding the gravity, or not understanding that point in the relationship, or it could be the giver of the sweater who's kind of like, I sprung this on you like last minute or out of nowhere, and I'm expecting you to respond perfectly, or the way I want you to respond. Because at that point, you just have like an idealized picture of your relationship inside your head. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. So it really goes both ways. It really could be the giver or the receiver.
Yeah.
That really, either way though, it will always, I'm pretty sure, always expose those issues.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
Eloquently.
Nah, I wouldn't say eloquently.
Because like sweater, you're like, oh shit, lift sweater. all these relationship problems.
That's why it's
like,
not eloquent, because it's just all comes
right.
out of nowhere.
I guess you're right. I thought it'd be kind of eloquent, because it's like, oh, sweater. Oh. No. Oh no.
Far from it. But yeah, it's definitely them not understanding how big of an effort the sweater is until they actually like receive it. Because it's either they receive it and then they don't really like think about how much effort went into it, or they receive it and they realize how much effort went into it, and then they're like, oh shit, I can't give back what I've gotten. So there's it's a weird thing, because there's a lot of different interpretations to it. But I think that's also just because like there's so many different ways that people have relationships with people. Yeah. So it's just like, on one hand,
sorry, I will cover
no, you're fine. It's not bothering me because I'm looking down. This
I don't
thing's
have
still
like a
here.
big enough.
You're fine. Don't worry.
Got a little fan, maybe.
He's okay. But yeah, it's definitely just like, different people have different relationships. The same people have different kinds of relationships with different people.
Yeah.
So it's very much just like, it's very dependent on the atmosphere, on the situation at hand before, like, you can... There's no, like, set way of, like, oh, this is how the sweater curse is.
Yeah.
It's very much like, it responds differently in different atmospheres and different situations, but ultimately, the idea of the curse is the same, where a large action is met with, eventually, a breakup.
Right. Yeah. It's very unfortunate, but it kind of makes sense. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting situation to kind of look into. And I do think a lot of it is, again, has to do with that heteronormativity, where people expect, oh yeah, of course it's the woman in the relationship making these big things, putting in all that effort and making these nice things for her partner, or which typically they think of as a man, right? And people are like, oh, of course he's gonna think that's like weird. He's a guy, like he doesn't have to like the sweater. And I feel like that, it also really, I don't know, maybe that, again, that's why it's like the heteronormative superstition, because it's just so like so normal. It's so normal. People are just like, yeah, of course we expect that to happen. That makes sense. And then you realize, wait a minute, that's shitty. That shouldn't be the norm.
It might even be like a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point, because if the sweater curse is like commonly known about enough, and then like somebody does such a big action for their partner, then maybe like as soon as they receive it, then the idea pops into their head like, oh fuck, the sweater curse. And then it kind of like, sets their mind going into like, oh, like there's all this other stuff that's been going on, like this one has like freaked me out a little bit because it feels like we're moving too fast. Then there's all this other stuff that's going on already, and I'm like, it's like, putting me off a little bit. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where even if it wasn't going to happen in the first place, getting that thing then makes you think, oh, there was all this other stuff already. Maybe it's better if we just break up here and then continue, like, living our own lives separately.
Right. But yeah, I do think we have to normalize, like, communication.
Yeah, for sure.
And healthy boundaries, and especially straight relationships. 'Cause I feel like straight women really put themselves through a lot of abusive relationships, because like, it's so normalized that people are like, yeah, of course, like the man's gonna treat her coldly, and he can, he's the man, and he doesn't have to communicate. Men don't communicate, and all that. Yeah, which is why I think I already mentioned this. Why I like stopped saying like, fuck men ain't shit, because
gotta hold them accountable.
Yeah, because I'm like, the more I say that, though, it's really not helping the situation.
It's almost an excuse.
That's like, I'm giving them a ticket to be shitty to other women or whoever they're dating. And so that's why I was like, okay, patriarchy is shit, but men gotta be held accountable.
Patriarchy is shit, but men, you can improve.
Yeah, you can be better. You don't have to follow the heteronormative superstitions.
Yeah. But it just all boils back down to that of just like, why is this weird little heteronormative superstition so, not even superstition at that point, but it's just kind of like almost just a tradition, or just like a
turkey trot, but
yeah, like a different. The common sense of the heterosexual is very much just like, oh, a man doesn't have to communicate, a man doesn't have to show feelings, a man doesn't have to do this or that.
Doesn't have to reciprocate.
Yeah. A man doesn't have to show their emotional side, because that's all dependent on the woman to do. It's all dependent on the woman to do larger, like, acts of, like, love and, larger gestures like that. But it's just like, obviously there's no way of, like, pinpointing exactly where that came from, because it's so deeply embedded in nature. Yeah, of course. Sure. Yeah. But it's like, where did that stem from? Like, but
cis-het white men. Yeah.
Put eye tight grips.
What's Bo Burnham, when he's like, straight white man through gritted teeth.
That's my brain constantly. Every time, any minor inconvenience, I'm just like, straight white man. Fuck.
Yeah, so I think it's really up to like us, younger people, younger generations, to really teach each other that like,
It's
hey,
okay.
like that's
It's okay to feel things.
it's okay. Like it's good to communicate with your partner. You want to communicate with your partner. Don't fall into these like patriarchal traps.
Yeah.
You know, not just men but also women. Don't think it's okay for your partner to be abusive.
Yeah.
You know. And I feel like we've made a lot of headway with that. And I think I was mentioning earlier before we started streaming that I wish we had more of that in queer circles and queer communities. Because I feel like that would save a lot of people, you know, so much time and heartache, you know. And I know that's like, ooh, like big jump from what we were originally talking about. But I
It's
think
kind
we
of
are.
related.
But, you know, I feel like we've made good strides, like normalizing healthy, good relationships.
I feel like we've made good strides in, like, you know, our age groups and our demographic and stuff.
Yeah,
but you, like, you know, you pull out the view a little bit more, and, like, there's still parents teaching their kids that idea where it's like, men shouldn't cry, like, you know, whatever. So it's going to definitely take a long time before it is, like, a widespread idea of it's okay to fucking have feelings. It's okay to show them publicly.
Right.
But
Sorry.
What?
I think on TikTok, she's like, okay, Ryan, that's not a fucking flex.
Go to therapy.
Go to therapy, maybe.
But yeah, it's just like that, where it's just, there's like so much in this world that is like enforced on these weird little gender roles and whatever, and that needs to be stepped away from, because once people can start to communicate better, then, you know, maybe people will stop doing that dumb little joke about marriage, where it's like, ooh, I hate my wife. You shut the fuck up.
Or, hear me out. We might have dads that say sorry to their kids.
Fuck.
Imagine
Can you
society.
believe that?
Imagine how far
Parents,
like, our progress.
Parents
if
who
we had
would.
parents. A dad who was like, son, I'm sorry. I think I would just like, I would just become dust.
Get Thanos snapped.
Yeah, basically like.
But no, it's all.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, very much so. And it's like, I feel like a lot of the more serious things that we discuss on here kind of just end up in the idea of it's up to us to bring about a generation of children who understand how to be decent fucking people. And it's like, obviously there's always going to be the bad apples, there's going to be like a bad few, but as long as we can make a larger impact than they are, then I think ultimately, like, that's, you know, that's the first big step that we can make. And so it's like the you know, making sure heterosexual people communicate fucking properly, making sure that people aren't in relationships that they feel like they have to be in because they, like, you know, deserve better and should be able to pursue that.
A few people out there.
I know. But it's just stuff like that, you know. We know better. We know what's like good, and we know what we like and what other people probably also like, because, you know, we've all experienced very similar things due to the generation of our parents. And so it's up to us to bring about the generation of our kids.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. That would, you know, that can enforce those kinds of like beliefs and ideologies and stuff in their own lives. And then from there just kind of like grows and grows, because if our kids are doing it, then their kids are going to do it. If their kids are doing it, their kids are going to do it. And eventually we'll be a majority versus a minority. And so it's very much just like, there's not much that we can do immediately. It's all just a very like a slow generational change.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's already radical enough to say right now, like, hey, this shit isn't normal.
Yeah.
So once we get past that phase, I feel like it'll just, it's kind of hopefully progress a little bit more and more.
Same thing
I should hope.
Same thing with all the isms, or the isms and the phobias. It's we're more progressive than our parents were. Our children are going to be more progressive than we are even. So it's all just a matter of making sure our kids are learning the right thing, not history.
Here's the real question, though. I think I already asked you this, actually. Would you wear a sweater I make for you?
Does it have a hood?
I don't know if I can knit a hood. I could try.
Sure. I just prefer hoodies over like crew necks.
Oh, sorry, I got you.
No, it's okay. I have a couple crew necks.
Okay. I was thinking about knitting a sweater for the sweater Arthur wears in Arthur Christmas, because I can't buy it anywhere. Or the places I do find it, it's like $200, and I was like, fuck. I think it's because these people are knitting it themselves.
Oh.
And I was like, oh.
Are you gonna charge me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you've seen the thing on Reddit? I think it was on Reddit, but it circled social media, where it was like this person who was like, oh, I want this like beautiful blanket in this color, knitted like this, and this and this like size, blah blah blah. And they're like, okay, let me add that up for you. That'll be about $400. And they were like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not paying that much for a blanket that I could buy at Walmart for $20. And then she was like, then fucking buy it at Walmart. Like, and then like, why is this so expensive? It doesn't make sense. And it's like, I'm charging you for materials, because for a blanket that big,
yeah,
it's gonna need a lot of
material, labor,
and then me putting it all together is gonna take like probably like
years.
over like 48 hours, I think, total.
Yeah,
which is like 2 full days.
It's ringing a bell, but I don't like remember the post exactly.
Yeah, and they're like, I want it for my girlfriend because she's sick in the hospital or whatever.
Fuck your girlfriend.
Yeah, and
give me $400.
And she was like, I'm sorry to hear that. It's still $400. And they're like, don't you have a family and friends discount? And they were just like, I charge family and friends more. Yeah, and I was like, so fucked up that people that, I guess you're kind of seeing the sweater curse in action, but like not in a relationship, just like people demanding this kind of level of effort from someone without compensation. Yeah. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, you're asking this person to make something for you that you clearly don't have the skills to make. Like, what is not clicking? So wow.
And that's why minimum wage should be $15. It should realistically be $24, but we're not gonna get there yet.
It's gonna take us a while to get there.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll take us a while.
We just need to bully Biden into doing it. Take advantage of his dementia.
Twitter. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah, honestly.
$2,000 retroactive to the beginning of the fucking pandemic.
And Australians got $24,000 last year.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, please
for what? 9 months?
Mm-hmm.
Right? March
almost
to
all
December.
2020, yeah.
Yeah.
All 2020, they made $24,000.
Yeah. So.
And I was like, that's crazy.
9 months, 24. That's almost $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. We live in hell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But also in the same vein, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just almost died.
This is just a random thing, but in the same vein as I've stopped myself from saying men ain't shit. I've also stopped myself from saying like I can't wait to see the U.S. empire crumble, because I'm like, I feel like that's kind of a shitty way of like saying millions of innocent people are gonna die. They have to. And I feel like I shouldn't say that because I don't want to imply that. I don't want to say like it'd be great, so the U.S. falls.
Of course, it wouldn't be great if like the the empire fell.
I've just seen like a lot of memes and stuff. Sorry, that's why I bring it up.
No, because quote unquote, according to Google, according to whatever source they pulled that from, the lifespan of an empire is usually 250 years, and America's been around for 245.
Oh, I thought we were like close to 300, 400. Never mind.
I don't think so. 1770 something, right?
Oh, you're right. What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Earth, babe.
I'm just thinking of the Native Americans that were here since the beginning of time. Sorry.
Yeah, America, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But it's like, of course, it wouldn't be great to be like, oh gosh, I can't wait until the
U.S. collapses.
Yeah, until the U.S. of A. collapses on itself. Because, it's obviously going to affect a lot of people adversely. Like, where are we going to go after that? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
But given the way that our government likes to handle itself, it's kind of fucking... Whether we wish it to or not, like, it seems like it's very much coming.
Right. I guess I just wanted to, I was like, oh man, I was sharing those, like, memes and stuff, I was thinking about it and I was like, wait, yeah... Things are going to be shitty. Things are kind of falling apart. It's not great for me to be like, yeah, I can't wait for it to fall apart. Hee hee hoo hoo. Because I know a lot of innocent people will likely lose their lives. Mm-hmm. So I was like, the best I can do is just keep myself educated and other people educated and do the best I can, when I can vote.
Take it in stride. Live moment by moment.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to stop perpetuating that idea.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I was just thinking about it because I was like, I shouldn't say men ain't shit, and I shouldn't say U.S. is like deserves everything happening to it, because ultimately the people are going to suffer for it, not the billionaires, not GOP. No, none of those people are going to suffer for it.
Yep.
So
they're going to be the ones bringing it about, but they're not going to be any of the repercussions.
I'm like, let me take a step back, realign myself, watch Perks of Being a Wallflower,
cry a little bit. Catharsis.
I didn't cry. My tears welled up in my eyes, but I didn't cry. So I was like, okay, nice. I don't like crying when my dad can see me, because he was in another room. So I was like, I don't want him to see me cry. When doves cry, Prince said. What do you do? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We live in hell. Everything's kind of just crashing down around us, and we're just kind of expected to continue living with it, which is difficult. Yeah. Mental health is probably at an all-time low, but
I don't know. I feel like I'll do, at least for me, I want to, do whatever I can to help and, I don't know, be a pillar, be a support, someone who can support other people in the community as best as I can during these fucking awful times.
And it's like, I feel like you can't really say that an empire only lasts like 250 years, because it's like, not every empire like hits like year 249 and then some shitlord comes along and fucks everything up,
Maybe they say that because a lot of indigenous people were just taken out in that amount of time.
I feel like it's probably just an average. Maybe. So it's probably just like, there was, I don't know, like Rome lasted fucking like 8 billion years. Other like empires also lasted a billion years. But then there was like some that lasted super short, and so it's like you take that average of all of them and you get 250. So I feel like that's probably just like what it is, because there's no way to say like, oh yeah, I highly doubt that empires all last generally the same amount of time.
Yeah.
That just does not...
I mean, if we didn't have capitalism, that could be indefinite. You would last forever.
Yeah, and then you'd have some fuck coming along and being like, actually, I think...
I'm very intelligent.
They'd be like, actually, I think that it would be pretty good of everybody to start using money, and then they would just fuck everything up again.
Yeah.
Like, little piss baby fuck nuts.
Yeah. Oh boy. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's
sad Molly noises.
I feel like I feel like America as a whole, just like, I don't know if most empires were like this, but I feel like very much it's like, skewed towards helping the rich stay rich and the poor, like remain poor. And so it's just like
a lot of places are like that.
You can't elevate a society if you're not lifting up the foundation, Yeah. And what they're doing is they're just kind of like taking the top part and they're just like pushing it up, and they're like, oh, this is fine. But then everybody on the bottom stays down there.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel like when we say we hate the U.S., like we're really hating that specific group
No, I
of
hate
people.
the U.S.
Oh, okay. I mean the institution and the capitalism and the small group of people. But, I don't hate the people that live here.
Of course not, yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
It's, like, when I was, towards the end of my career at Whole Foods, it was, like, the pandemic, everyone was, like, suffering. There were people who were taking the time off and getting that, like, extra unemployment benefits and whatever. And the people who were still working were just like, oh, I can't believe, like, it's not fair that they get to like just be out of work and get like $600 extra. I can't believe they're getting paid more than me, like for sitting on their ass at home. And I was like, you're getting mad at the wrong people. You should be getting mad at the people who are paying you, because clearly they're not paying you enough. So they need to pay you more, but don't get mad at the people who managed to get out and are now making the money that everybody should be making at a base minimum.
Right. It's like that idea that, like, those people on Twitter who are like, I make...
Excuse me, shut the fuck up. I'm doing something.
People that are like, I make, like, I don't know, something like $20 an hour at this, like, skilled labor thing. If people, like, made $15 an hour, like, that'd be fucked up because they're not doing any skilled labor. I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, clearly billionaires stay winning because they want you to fight each other.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, consider this. One, I would like to see you go into that kitchen and make the food that, like, you know, is being distributed in these quote-unquote burger flipping industries, you know?
I was in and out.
Two, like...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, two, it's like... you're gonna call them essential workers. You're gonna call them heroes for staying open and providing quote-unquote essential services and stuff. Mm-hmm. So... don't shit on them. Maybe pay them more. Maybe, you know, be fucking nice to them because they're literally essential.
Yeah.
You called them essential. And now that they're asking for higher money, you're just like, no, I don't think you're that great. I don't think that's necessary.
It's like the nurse who got fired for having an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to fire her instead of getting mad at a system that is not paying her enough to live?
Yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic? Like, holy shit. I always hate those like stories that are like, heartwarming. This kid couldn't afford a wheelchair.
This kid sold lemonade to help his cancer-ridden grandma because his family couldn't pay for it. Whose fault is that? Not the grandma, not the kid. Society.
The system.
We live in I'm gonna be the Joker. I'm gonna become the Joker.
Or the ones like all the people that can't afford insulin when it literally costs like $5 per vial.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Capitalism is just absolutely diseased.
Let me say this on the record. Fuck you, Big Pharma. You can burn to the ground.
Fuck capitalism in general.
Yeah, fuck capitalism, but specifically pharma for literally having
all
blood
the big dogs. All the big dogs.
Blood on their actual hands for
for killing people.
They're literally killing people. It's so, and I don't know why people like that really radicalized me.
Yeah.
When I talked to genitalia.
It like wasn't even for me. It was like my journey to radicalism started when I worked at Universal Studios because I would work on like the the back of house like inventory systems and everything, and I would like I'd be able to see what was coming in, what was being ordered and stuff, and in those same pages I could see how much these things cost to make, like cost of goods. And so like mugs, right? We'd sell them for like
67.
We would sell mugs for like $15-$20, and it would cost like $2 to make. Mm-hmm. Those like little shitty fuck wands that people would buy from like Harry Potter.
Fuck wands. Hold on, let me take some.
Maybe you could. But like those things cost like $50. Some like for the ones that you could use like in fucking.
I could get a stick outside.
Yeah, for like Hogsmeade
and whittle it down.
Yeah, like those like $50 to like $60. You know, depending on like which ones you got. And they would literally cost like cents to make.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's fucking crazy. Yeah.
A disease. This is a disease. Humanity is the plague.
Wait. Well, never mind. Well, I was gonna say. Well, no, I already talked about it. Talking about saying. Did I mention ecofascism on this website?
I don't think today.
Maybe not. But anywho, the inherent idea of like saying, humanity is the plague, kind of. I think the term is ecofascism, but that's just a little thing that not to nitpick you or anything like that. I was just sorry.
No,
I don't know.
You can nitpick.
No. I mean, I'm not like.
It's a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not nitpicking and saying like, what the fuck, babe? Don't fucking say that in front of me. No. That is not the... Ooh, good shot.
Thanks.
That's not the energy I was trying to recreate. It's just the idea that being careful of, like, saying humanity is the plague. Because it is the idea of, like, ecofascism, saying all of humanity is the problem. When it is capitalism. And people and the billionaires that are feeding into it.
Yeah, and it's just like how, I don't hate the U.S. I hate the institution of the U.S.
Right.
And it's like, I don't hate humanity. I hate what humanity has brought onto this fucking earth. Or like specifically even just like America.
Yeah,
again, fuck the institution. I'm tired of it.
Right. Sorry, I don't want to. I thought if I like mentioned it, I would sound like, according to encyclopedia.
Actually, you did. So.
Sorry.
No, I was kidding.
I was trying to avoid that. I was just saying, just listening a lot to the Indigenous Women podcast, All My Relations. I learned about the Native Hawaiians fighting for Mauna Kea. which is the mountain they're building. They've already built 12 telescopes on. They want to build a 13th on, and they've been stalling it for the last 5 years by literally sitting in the middle of the road to block access, because there's only one road up and down that mountain. And just the idea that, like, you know, it's shitty that people are saying like, oh, humans are the virus, because when, you know, climate change inevitably changes our islands, we're gonna be the ones that die first.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. Because at the beginning of the pandemic, you know, a lot of people were like, whoa, nature is healing. Because we're all, you know, we've removed ourselves from the equation. Look, the dolphins are back in Venice.
Yeah.
The worm is sitting on a leaf. You know, yeah. When worms come out. Yeah, and I was like, nah, man, it's not us. I mean, yeah.
It's the byproducts of our existence.
We have an effect on it, but essentially, if we lived more like indigenous people, indigenous practices, we would be nowhere near seeing the levels of pollution, of change, of all that. We, like, nowhere near. It wouldn't even exist if we lived like natives or First Nations.
It's like the nature's healing stuff is what everything should look like.
Yeah.
But there's just so many byproducts of us simply existing and, like, trying to, you know, be better than each other for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
That, like, it just doesn't let things exist as they should be. Right. So it's like humans aren't the plague. It's just there's so many things that we require. And not, like, we don't even require them. There's so many things that we, like, put out just as a status symbol, or just as something to ensure luxury in our own lives. Yeah. That, like, you know, forces us into this weird little idea of, like, oh, the fossil fuels need to be burnt, or, like, whatever. To, like, I don't know, we don't care about the planet as we should. Humanity's very selfish in itself.
But I guess going based off that, yeah, I feel like a good majority of us who live, like, under capitalism definitely are. But, you know, again, it's the whole billionaire situation, and capitalism that is the real thing that could make substantial change if it were to be used to combat climate change and stuff. So it's just like,
that's why we need to kill
it's just like this rabbit hole of, like, oh my god, you know, it goes all the way to the top, and it's hard to change that. You know,
that's
it's
why
like,
we need to kill him.
Yeah. I'm not saying I want to publicly execute redacted.
But if I saw it, I would stop it.
Wait, what did they do in ye olden days? They would pay to watch people get hung and decapitated. That'd be me at first row seats. I want blood spilling on me.
Splash zone, baby.
Yeah, splash zone. Yeah. So I want to unpack. But I apologize if I come off as like, according to the encyclopedia.
Yes, very much revolution. It's a tough, like, it's a tough side to be on, but it's very much what I think needs to happen if we want any sort of drastic change. Because if we just continue living by, like, you know, teaching our future generations to be better and stuff, it's ultimately not going to change the fact that billionaires and shit still exist. So at some point or another, to completely remove that from the equation and allow things to reset and, like, start afresh. Revolution.
I feel like we always talk about something heavy.
We always do, yeah. We went from fucking sweaters and, like, relationships to dismantling the U.S.
Yeah.
Just fun little quirky things.
Just girly things. I was gonna say, I feel like last time I feel like I said, like, a really silly question, so I'm trying to think of a silly question. I already asked what we'd name our future cat. What would we name our future dog?
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, I was like, be careful, that might stab.
What would we name our dog?
If you got a Saint Bernard. Ooh. Because Saint Bernards all kind of look uniform. You know, they're all kind of like...
Burmese or Saint Bernards?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Burmese. I was confusing them. What would you name Burmese? Okay, sorry, I'm kind of racist towards dogs. Sorry.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know why, like, Ben when I look at
That's boring as shit.
I know, but when I look at a Burmese mountain dog, I'm like Ben. Or when I look at even if I look at like a Saint Bernard, I'm like Bernard, Ben. You know, it's really stupid shit like that. I feel like they look like they could have a really generic name.
They could, but that doesn't
really
mean that they have to.
name. I don't know, like.
No, you know who would have a white boy name?
Brad.
Golden Retrievers.
Oh yeah, it's true. I live next door to a white family, and they have a golden retriever, and I'm like, y'all are so. And
what's your name?
And the
Chad.
And the dad's a cop too, so I'm like so
Bastard.
fucking white, so fucking white.
But I don't know if we got a Burmese mountain dog. I don't know. I feel like cats are just easier to name because you can just like name them like generic like
Napkin.
objects, yeah, and then it just like works.
Table.
But like dogs need like names. Bastard.
Can we name our dog Kevin?
No.
Can we name him Mistopheles?
No.
I forgot what the other ones were. That's it. Rum Tigger, I think.
No. Judi Dench.
Jason Derulo. God. Well, you watch cats, so.
We'll just name it Jason Dicks Out Derulo.
Dicks Out for sure.
Yeah, Dicks Out for sure. Why wouldn't you just call him Jason? Nah, Dicks Out.
Yeah, what were we thinking? Oh yeah, oh fuck, what was it? Where I was like, let's name our cat this for short, and you're like, perfect. Hot Chip, and then Chip for short. I don't think it was Hot Chip. It was something Ho, I think, and then what was like, I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember. It was a really stupid name with like profanity.
I remember like very much enjoying it. I don't remember what it was.
Fuck, I feel like it was a good one too.
It might come back. It might come back.
I wrote down like something like it sounds innocuous because like the nickname is normal or like fine, and then the full name is like what the fuck? Yeah.
I
really
want to say that Chip
was it Hot
had
Chip?
something to do with it. I don't think it was Hot Chip.
Hot bitch, hot for short.
Chip for short. Full name.
Hot Chipulus.
No, full name is all bisexual girls do is eat hot chip and lie.
I'm sorry.
You liked that a lot, didn't you?
I'm so
Chipotulus or something?
I'm so stupid.
Killed by her own joke.
I'm sorry, I said Chipulus.
Chipulus.
Or like Nicholas? Chipulus?
Chipulus. Chipulus Cage.
Wait. Oh, Hot Chipulus Cage? Would that be the
Chipulus
full name?
Cage.
Oh
Ghost
my
Rider.
god, I'm sorry. That was so stupid. Why did I lose my shit over such a stupid thing?
It's
Okay. I lost
I lose
my
my
mind.
shit over stupid things all the time.
No, you don't. You lose your shit over smart things and smart things only.
Killed by her own joke.
I know. I was honestly killed by my own joke for a second there because I thought Chipulus. It's like my friend Sean, and he would joke. He's like, "Oh, Sean is short for Shenaldo," and I was like, "That's hilarious, Sean. Thank you."
Shenaldo.
Shenaldo. And I was like, Jonathan.
What was that? What was that one girl from Total Drama Island?
From Total Drama Island?
The
I haven't
black
seen
girl. Just because I remember there was like a stupid meme about her where they just turned her into a fucking... Was that what it is?
I think it was Lashana. Or LaShawn. Because when I said Sean is when you thought about it, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, because they made that.
Yeah, I remember.
They were just like, oh, ball.
I wish I knew the context for that, but I don't think it makes sense.
Her name is Lashana Ball.
Lashana Ball?
Yeah. So they were just like, oh, what if we made her a ball?
What if we made her a ball? Hee hee hoo hoo. That's the name of her cat, Lashana Ball.
Ball.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just love Shenaldo, Jonathan.
I should just thought of Lashana Ball because of Sean Ronaldo.
I'm thinking of that meme from the most popular girls in school, the Barbies, where he was like, "My name is Jonathan, Than for short. Why don't you just pick like John? I don't play by your rules."
What if we'll just name our Burmese dog Jonathan and then short name Than.
Oh yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh, what's
Fan.
fan short for? Jonathan.
Then why the fuck? I don't play by
Jonathan.
your rules.
Jonathan.
I think that'd be good. Yeah, I'd like that.
Jonathanopoulos. Jonathanopoulos.
Opulence? I thought you were gonna say Joestar for a second, but
Jonathanopoulos. JONATHANOPOULOS. Jonathanopoulos.
yeah. Okay. I feel like there's
Would you-
layers to that one. Yeah.
Would you keep your last name?
When we
If
get
got
married?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't mind.
I
Wouldn't mind
wouldn't
ditching it
care.
because there's a million Andrea Gonzalez's out there. I learned that when I went to Granada.
Oh yeah.
There were like 7 or 8, and I was like, sometimes I wish my mom. No, I don't. But my mom married my biological dad, so I could have had a cool Indian last name.
There were like 3 rows of like Kims, so.
That's true. Nguyen too, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonzalez is just such a common name. And so is Sanchez, which is my mom's maiden name. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind not keeping it. Have you ever thought of hyphenating last names?
Good.
I don't know if that sounds good though. My last name's weird.
Gonzalez Kai.
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
What if we
Yeah.
just change our last name completely?
Yeah, we could. We
Ball.
could. Ball. Andrea Ball. Yeah.
Ball.
You know what's funny?
I'll change my name to Lashana.
I had a dream last night. Oh,
Kaizalas.
that's interesting.
Maybe.
Maybe. I guess you could do that, huh? I had a dream where I was just thinking about this now last night. I had a really weird dream. A lot happened. But the one thing I remember was we were in a pool and I don't know if we were just kissing or something, but I was like really close to her face, like that. And I was just like, hey, you want to get married? And that was it.
Sure.
Why are we in a pool and why was my face like pressed against you like that? I don't understand, but
The currents carried you towards me.
we were in a pool though.
The currents carried you towards me.
Yeah, and I was like, weird. Why did I do that? Why was I? Yeah.
Listen, maybe we were in the big wave pool at Hurricane Harbor, okay?
Oh,
Sue me.
that's how I got these little scars here.
There was one time I was swimming in that pool and I like went under somebody because they were just like in my way and I kicked them in the stomach and I was like, oops.
And they were like, oh.
Yeah,
They
I
died.
like got up and they were just like, ooh. And they were like, what the heck? And I was like, oh, sorry, fuck you. Shouldn't have been in my fucking way.
They were probably like, ugh.
It wasn't like super hard. It was just like my foot like tapped their stomach
like
and
they
I was like,
noticed.
oops.
Yeah. Yeah. I love wave pools. I feel so at peace. Well, I mean, the ocean, basically.
And then I would like go home and like sleep and then I would just like feel the
Me
currents
too.
for like 2 nights.
Me too. If I go swimming in the beach,
Same
me
thing,
immediately,
yeah.
I was like, whoa, in my bed.
I feel like a worm in the
whoa.
rain.
Edward Cullen just. God, that just made me lose my mind. When was
What
it,
you
Friday?
said thick for?
I was like, why is it like Palpatine?
Yeah.
Palpatine thick? Yeah. God, I wanted to watch the last. I didn't know it was 3 other whole ass movies in the Twilight franchise.
Yeah.
I thought it was just 3 or 4, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, whatever. I just want to watch the wedding because I'm a sucker.
No, it's
and I would
4.
like. No, Breaking Dawn is 2
2 parts.
and then wait, hold on. So it's part 1, part 2. Eclipse is 1, and Breaking Dawn is 3 parts.
3 parts?
Breaking Dawn is 3 parts.
I thought Breaking Dawn was 2 parts.
No, I swear. I might have gotten this wrong, but I swear Breaking Dawn was 3 parts. It was really weird. I was like, why the fuck did they make...
Why is it 3 parts?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because I know it's... Okay, so it's
5
Twilight,
total.
New Dawn, Eclipse,
Or maybe
Breaking
6
Dawn.
total. Fuck, I don't remember, but...
So those are the books. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there's 3 movies.
Oh, there's 4 books? I thought it was 3 books.
No.
Isn't it...
Twilight,
Breaking
New Dawn,
Dawn?
Eclipse, and then Breaking Dawn. 4 books.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe Breaking Dawn was...
4 books.
Oh, okay.
So it's 3
So
movies.
there's 6 movies, I think, then.
Why is Breaking Dawn 3 parts? I swear Breaking Dawn's only 2. Because if there's 6
Oh,
movies,
no.
if there's 6 movies,
I'm losing my mind.
then Breaking Dawn movies.
Is it 3 movies? I swear. Okay, I could be wrong. I'm so sorry if I've misled you guys.
2.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Holy shit! Look at that.
Yeah, the Twilight movies made bank.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. $3 billion from Breaking Dawn. Also, it took them like almost directly an entire year. Look at that.
Eclipse was 2 parts. No, not Eclipse. Something else was 2 parts too, I think.
Twilight movies.
Something else was 2 parts, I think. Was it Breaking Dawn?
Yeah, Breaking Dawn's 2 parts. So Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and then 2 Breaking Dawns.
Oh, okay.
You're tripping.
I'm sorry.
See, total 5 films.
I was having like a meltdown. Anywho.
Wait. Oh
yeah. But
Midnight Sun.
Midnight Sun is new though. That's like a an added installment. Kind of like, ooh, the cursed child.
Why does Bella almost died giving birth?
Does Jacob and Renesmee have baby? Okay, you're right.
Cursed.
Yeah, there's only 5 movies.
It's all bad.
I could have sworn I was having like a meltdown, and also I wanted to watch them because I thought they were free on Prime, but no, they started charging. I think like recently, and I was like, fuck that.
It might be on Hulu.
Well, maybe right. Yeah, maybe right.
I feel like they're probably on Hulu.
I think they were like gonna take them off Hulu recently though, or they're like, oh, it's gonna be leaving soon. Watch it when you can.
Who cares?
Yeah. Anywho, I just wanted to watch the wedding because I like weddings. I don't know, even cheesy, stupid, dumb, corny weddings. I watched Sex and the City just for the wedding. What?
Let me see. I don't think I know of any like fun, cool wedding scenes off the top of my head.
I mean, I watched 27 Dresses. I think that's a wholesome wedding because all her bridesmaids wore the dresses that they made her wear at their weddings. So it was like 27 bridesmaids.
Oh, that's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, and I was like, that's kind of cute because, you know, she was obsessed with weddings. She was always like planning her friends' weddings and stuff. And I was like, Fuji in another life, but...
I don't know, the wedding scene from like Spy Kids.
You're right, that's peak, I think.
That's pretty peak, yeah.
I feel like it's pretty peak because we have like the drama and the suspense, and they're like, oh no, we've been discovered. Jump off this cliff with me, my love. And then they're on like that little boat that says just married in the back. Oh, what about, oh wait, it wasn't a wedding. Quest for Camelot just knighted on their little horse.
Oh yeah.
That was cute.
It's wedding adjacent.
And they're together. They're in love. I just like weddings. I don't know why. I haven't been to a wedding since I was like 12, maybe. Haven't been invited to a wedding since, you know, you lose popularity after 12.
You're not even going to be invited to our wedding.
Oh, I figured. You know, I'm not popular enough even for our wedding.
Yeah. They're going to be
because
like...
I proposed like this, like...
Yeah, I'm going to be like, you know, we'll do everything and then you just like won't be there. We'll do it through like a Zoom call.
You carry the laptop. Here it is.
You may now kiss the bride, and I just...
Yeah.
The computer just... Bonk.
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 Bonk. Yeah.
Wee. Boom. I think we'll end there.
Sure.
We're getting close to the end.
Quarantine marriage.
Quarantine marriage. It's gonna be the rest of our God-given lives. It's just gonna be shitty little quarantine. We're gonna do Zoom calls for everything. But thanks for tuning in, Eve. Thank you for being around. Thank you for entertaining us. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow I'll be back with more Ace Attorney, and then we
do our best.
Yeah, we truly do.
We just talk. I don't know. We go from Revolution to how many movies are in the Twilight Saga
to marriage
to getting married.
Yeah, but yeah. So we'll see you next week at 2 p.m. again, and in the meantime, we'll see if I stream a little bit more during the week. But thanks for